type of weight we have. I'm going to turn it on.
That's larger, a little larger than I would have expected, actually. But I guess nowadays, like you said, it has to be.
Big people. And this has spun quartz on the side of it. So it's flexible. See it? Flexible wall, and yet it won't burn.
Right.
And that's what makes it, and it's called a cold hearth. So let's see.
They use quartz crystals to hold the silicon platters that they make computer chips out of.
Oh yeah.
Because when they go to cook the silicon, which takes high temperatures, the quartz does not expand or contract enough to the point where it will lose its grip, and they can be reused and reused and reused.
The air, basically those holes are for air. It has a port back here. It warms up to about 1600 degrees, which is a pretty good warm up.
Yeah.
And then that furnace will turn on. Up until then, it's all up in the chimney. So the chimney actually puts the flame down with that flame and goes directly on the body. I can set a piece of cordboard in the corner here, shut the door, and that cordboard will still be there. It won't burn it, cardboard, but the cordboard, the body's in will, so it's kind of like a microwave. It concentrates on the body.
I see.
It takes about approximately an hour and a half to 2 hours to do an average adult. I'll show you over here this is what we've, my last one was 190 pounds, but I can set that for any weight. I can go like this and say 190. And then enter. And that'll give me my weight, and then I calculate, it doesn't give you, it'll calculate the low fire at 20 minutes and the process time at 120. So in an hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it's all done. And it's cooled down. The thing is, it's like a microwave where it cools down quick, not like water that's boiling in the bottom and keeps it.
Yes, yes.
And I owned a crematory for 20 years, the other type. So this gives you the temperature inside and the primary temperature in the chimney.
Okay.
And it's going down, it just went up a little.
So the primary temp is actually the important one.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it gets over low fire, it hits high fire, then you get your flame. Up until then, it's just warming things up and kind of, so I just leave that off. That's the way it works, and it pulls in enough air. I had to have the air pulled in over here. So that's pulling in air. And that fan just pulls in air. Shut the doors down, the tray's here. So this is where we get the ashes. I break everything with a rake, metal tines, and then
that's where it collects.
That's where it collects. And then I take it over here, and we've got, like I said, this is state-of-the-art stuff. That instead of having a brick floor, we've got a tile floor, and they can come and replace this. Tiles are about 5 inches thick.
Wow.
And this is done 200 and somewhat cremations. They can replace the tile, but all they have to do is pop it up and replace it. You can see the seams and everything.
Right.
So it's easy. And the other one, you have to saw into it because the other one's loaded. They load in about this height because all the temperature work and the fixings of the crematory is underneath. Yeah. So this is level, so you can use a stretcher. You can use anything you want. It's really nice.
Great idea.
Yeah. It's a nice thing. It's the best. This is the processor. So what I do is I bring those ashes, dump them in here. I start that gets a
draft.
Vacuum pulling the dust off of them. So you don't even need a mask.
Great.
And then then when I go through them with this is a magnet to pick up the magnetic stuff.
Yeah, you want to pick that up, I imagine.
And then you try to get everything in you can. Down there you see the screens and that's just like a rock grinder. And then they come right out here. I've already got an in for the next one. Plastic, and then they just come down there, pull that out. They weigh approximately 8 pounds. Set them over here, attach that is turning on. Attach the permit to it and give them back to the family. And they're just like sand.
Right. Oh yeah, I've had all of my family members have been cremated, so I know what the end result is.
Any pictures you want. These are the little containers that I use, and we've got a 2-body refrigerator here. I've got a 2-body one at the funeral home.
Now, how many dying to get in jokes do you know?
Pretty much all of them from the cemetery on up.
I can imagine.
I've heard probably all of them.